Our next guest can turn your external hard drive into an instant PC recovery device. That gets your attention, does it not? Backup is so important, but how about being able to just recover when those disasters occur? And they do. He is the Vice President of Marketing with CMS Products, Gary Streuter. Gary, welcome into Tomorrow. How you doing?
Thank you, Dave. Very well.
Good. Am I pronouncing your last name properly?
You
Good.
hit that right on the nose.
It's always nice to do that before we get on the air, but we're so busy chatting with so many people that I wanted to make sure that we talk about one of the most critical things that you guys do that helps so many people, Bounce Back Ultimate. Let our audience know what that is and how it works.
Well, Bounce Back Ultimate is a program that will allow you to create a complete backup of your system's hard drive, including your operating system, applications, your data, your personal settings. And there are a number of programs out there that will do that. What makes Bounce Back Ultimate unique is the ability to restart your computer from the external USB drive in the event that your system drive fails.
And it's not a matter of if it will, but when it will. So
yeah.
We've all lived through them.
Hard drives are moving parts. So
yeah. And even when we get a lot more flash drives happening, and of course we will as time progresses slightly into tomorrow, those will fail for other reasons. They'll get stepped on, or you'll drop it, or static electricity will zap your data. I mean, there's so many reasons to use a product like Bounce Back Ultimate to save your life.
It's just like a spare tire for your computer.
Oh, that's a good analogy.
You wouldn't drive your car around without a spare tire. Why would you want to drive or run your computer without it?
And can I assume that it's as easy to use as you've described, that you're basically just simply backing up everything and it's all there? And, of course, if you want some specific settings, you can make them. But if you want everything, and why wouldn't you want everything, then it's there for you.
Absolutely. It's very simplistic to use, a couple of buttons that you push to start the process. When you're done and you reboot the computer before it goes into the operating system, we bring up a menu, and you have a choice of booting from the internal drive or booting from the external drive. And
I understand there's a mobile version in the works. Now, how will this differ, except that maybe we're talking laptops or otherwise?
The mobile version will be the same basic functionality, but it will allow you to back up to a thumb drive.
Whoa.
So
whether it might need to be a rather large one if you've got a lot of data.
Well, that's true, but we've also built into that program a filter, and the user will be able to say, for instance, I want to be able to take this along to recover. I don't need to take 30 gigabytes of YouTube video.
Yeah, a good point.
So by extension, they'll be able to filter out certain content that they don't want to go to that, and they can back that up to their hard drive and just carry the thumb drive with them for recovery purposes.
And how soon will that be available?
That's going to be available in March.
Oh, okay. So around the corner and just slightly into tomorrow.
Just slightly into tomorrow.
But I got to share with you and our audience as well that you make some very cool external drives as well that allow folks like us, all of our video from CES is stored here as a backup. And this becomes our main device anyway. So we just simply move it from our TriCaster, where Andres is recording all the video, and then he gives the copy to Chris here for the safekeeping and for future editing. These are the kinds of things that we're always saying, back up your data. We remind our listeners about that every time for years. And typically, and I know you can relate, people don't generally do it until it's too late. And then they learn the hard way.
Right. I mean, if you'll take the time to do the first backup, we take care of the rest. So every 60 minutes, we update your computer. Any changes that have been made have been brought out to that external drive. There's nothing more for you to do.
And it doesn't slow down our system? I mean, this is kind of happening when we're not otherwise terribly busy with the machine and you're sending out that data.
We actually throttle the application, and if you're busy doing something. If you're not, then we run at full speed.
You got to check out all of Gary's products and all the cool stuff we're talking about. Trust me on this, and I know we'll wrestle some more giveaways at some point from them because we've been sending a lot to our audience, and we appreciate the goodies that you provide for our listeners' behalf. CMSproducts.com for all the info. Gary, thanks for spending a few minutes with us here at CES.
Thank you very much, Dave.
My pleasure.